Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. Today I want to share how to create these fun shaker tags. I normally add these to gift boxes or especially gift bags. These are a fun way to personalize anyone's gift. Before you begin, you're going to need three parts to your design. You're going to need the outline, which is the top layer, the acetate, and then you'll need the bottom layer, which is your third layer. I normally like using the Beacon 3-in-1 glue. I feel like it really holds the acetate and your cardstock. In the past, I've used other glues and it just wasn't doing a really good job. I would notice that in a few days, my shaker cards would fall apart. And so I was on the search for a new glue. And this one seems to do the trick. It does have a little bit of a strong smell, but it works pretty well when it comes to holding acetate um, to a variety of cardstock. And so I normally like to glue my acetate and my outline first, just so that I don't misplace the acetate and then go crazy trying to look for it. But once I do that, I set that aside, let it dry for a bit, and then this also gives it time to dry. So by the time I need to attach it to the top layer of the background, it's ready to go. All right. And then for the bottom layer, we're gonna need the foam tape and let's see, I think I just need to trim a little bit of the acetate that's sticking out a little bit. All right, that looks good. All right, so you could probably use thinner foam tape. This is what I kind of had on hand right now. So it helps it not come out on the sides of the shaker. All right, for this next part, I'm going to speed up the process as I'm attaching the foam tape. So you see me just going all around the perimeter of the shaker letter. And I did have to make a few adjustments as my tape, like I said, was a little too wide. And so I had to trim the tape down in half just to have some space to add my sequins and my little um, embellishments in the shaker card. So here I am making those adjustments. Again, normally I wouldn't have to do all this extra work, but because my tape was a little bit wider than it needed to be, I ended up having to remove some pieces and then trimming them down and adding them again. So in this video, I also want to share that I did try something new without practicing it prior to this video. And I wanted to try something that would help me align the top part of the shaker to the bottom. Sometimes when I have more intricate designs, it's a little difficult to get them perfectly aligned. So I thought maybe I could use this stamp press from We Are Makers. And um, there were a couple of things that I could probably do differently next time, but I think it could work, especially when it's a more detailed or maybe even a larger piece where I need to make sure that it aligns well. That always hasn't been the case. So I've had to like pull everything off, and it's difficult to do that when you have your sequence already added to it. It becomes a big mess. So I think this will probably work. So here you see me adding the the sequence. And so one thing I did too when it's a smaller piece like this is I attached the base of this letter to the base of the stamp press. And so that kind of helps me hold it in place a little bit without things moving around too much, especially when you're trying to remove that top layer of the foam tape. And and so now I'm going to try to add the top layer and hope that everything lines up. Before I do that, I did want to add a couple of other pieces that I didn't have. So I ended up creating sort of like my own confetti by using a tiny uh, paper punch with flour on it. And so that gave me a little bit of the color that I needed. And it also matched the gift bag that I was putting together for this gift. And there it is. So again, because my foam tape was a little bit larger, I did have to kind of push in a little bit of that foam tape so that it wouldn't come out from the sides too much. And here's what some of these look like. And that's it. And normally I just attach them to a card and I punch a hole on the top, and I'll add a few of my other little personalized cutouts. And here you see a few that I've made in the past. I think this is a really fun way to personalize someone's gift and make them feel extra special. I hope you enjoy watching this video, and thanks for watching.